Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas and holiday season. We are heading into the new year, and with that I was wondering what I should film next, right? I've shared before, my favorite videos to make are when I'm going through something. I want to share exactly what I'm going through. So that was the whole reason I started posting these kinds of videos, is because I saw when I went from lukewarm to all in for God how much my life has changed and how much more peace and like fulfillment I have in my life. And I really just wanted people that I know personally to actually find these videos and just hope that it would spark something in them, because I know that what Jesus has done for me, like, I'm not special. It will help everyone who gives him the opportunity and searches for him, and maybe they just haven't been given that advice. So in this video I really just want to share a couple of my answered prayers as of like right now, kind of help you understand praying and getting a response to your prayers from God and figuring this whole prayer thing out, right? We're never gonna have all of it figured out, but I'm learning, so I'm sharing as I go. I'm also just folding some towels here on my bed, so here's a simple mundane task that I've been getting through. I'm almost done. But while I finish this up, let's chat. Before going into like what I've noticed God doing in my life right now, just want to help people who may be praying for something and feeling like they're not getting the answers that they wanted, or maybe you don't really know how to pray, you know what I mean? And there's no like right or wrong way to pray per se, but you do want to put the emphasis on God and not on ourselves. You know, we have a very selfish flesh, and it comes natural for us to pray like a wish list. Take the emphasis off yourself and start putting it onto God, right? So what does that mean? So here's a good example. There was a guy I was with in college that I knew in the back of my head was not the right person for me. But I saw a softer side of him than he led or showed with other people, and I thought that made me special. I thought, you know, maybe he'd open up to me, maybe I would be the one to change him. We all hear that never works, yet when you're in the situation you think it's gonna work, right? So I pray to God that we would work it out and that he would be the one for me, because I really wanted to be with him and nothing was gonna change that, etc. God removed that person from my life, and I'm so glad he did. But I wish that before I was like, God, if he's not for me, show me that. Reveal things to me, Lord. Show me the red flags. Show me anything that you need me to see. Reveal it to me. If I need to walk away, help me walk away. If you have someone better for me, I'm gonna trust you and I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna be patient. But in the moment, I was selfish. I'm like, I'm with somebody, I want this. I don't want this to go away. I don't want to start over. We've talked for so long. He doesn't treat me the best, but hey, maybe God can fix it. Yeah, God fixed it, but not the way that I was expecting. So that's one thing. When you're praying, maybe you're expecting a certain result, and you might get that result, but not in the way that you expect to get it. Not your way, but God's way. I'm learning this now, okay? Fortunately, I can't get super specific because it's not about myself, because it's about somebody else in my life. I mentioned a few videos back that I was reading the book of Job. Job is about suffering. It's about somebody who lost everything and questioned his faith, but ultimately stood firm with God in the end and gained more than he had before. It's a little bit more complicated than that. But the point I'm making here is that I just mentioned to you guys I was reading the book of Job. I've been reading the New Testament. I wanted to finish the New Testament, but for some reason I'm reading Job. I didn't understand it. But what made me choose Job, knowing that it was about suffering? I still read it. And I'm in a great part of my life. Work has been good, relationship has been good, family life's been good, everything's great. So why am I reading this? 3 days after I finished Job, I received tough news. News that crushed me. I'm here thinking one thing, living this fantasy, and all of a sudden there's something that I just did not know. And I clung on to the book of Job for that. And I'm not gonna sit here and say I wasn't mad and I wasn't, you know, hurt and I wasn't crying for a few days, but I just thought, like, God, you just had me read Job, and this is a perfect picture for how I need to be. This is new territory for me. I don't understand how to handle the situation I'm going through right now, but God just had me read Job, and I know that that was for this reason. It was so interesting, because when I tell you that I had not been in a better point in my life when I read the book of Job, the last 5 months have been like the best months of my life. Figuring out that Jesus is who he says he is, getting ready to get involved in the church, going back to school. I'm on this high right now, spiritual high, physical high, emotional high, and then now I've found out, hey, this is something I'm gonna be dealing with for a very long time. I don't know if it was really an answered prayer because I wasn't praying, but it was proof that God is with me. He knows exactly what's gonna happen, and that's why he put me there. Second thing that's happened recently, I have been praying for months for someone very close to me to find salvation. Somebody who I honestly did not think was ever possible. And I know God could do it for anyone. But after conversations I've had with this person, I don't know if they will ever come to Christ. If they don't want to look for it, then they might not get it. I've tried explaining how this is so incredible, but there was no interest there. So what did I do? I start sending this person the videos that convicted me, things that I learned, things that I watched right before I got saved. I'm like, well, if they watch everything I was watching and consume themselves in what I was consuming myself in, maybe the Holy Spirit will convict them too, and maybe they'll be saved that day. Wrong. That did not happen. But guess what? They are having their own experience right now, and their heart's softening, and God is moving in that person. When we talk about God, it's different. There's emotion, there's a softness, there's a vulnerability. There's just so much change. And right now there's not full salvation and dedication, but there's that curiosity and that wall of like, nope, that's not real. That wall is gone because God's been doing something. The point I'm trying to make here is that, one, I've prayed for this person for months. So do not give up. God might not answer your prayer exactly when you want him to on your time, but he's going to answer it on his time and his way. My way was, let me send you what I was doing so you can find God. No, that's not the way God was going to speak to this person. We're all going to have our own testimony. We don't all have the same testimony. And how did I pray for this person regularly? I said, God, I'm going to remain obedient. I trust you. I know that I'm praying for somebody to come to you. This is obviously what God wants, right? So it's just been through prayer and trust, but like a deep trust that God's gonna do what he has to do. There's no way this would have happened without God's hand in this. The third thing I've seen God do in my life just these past couple months is change my community. I have spent more time with both sides of my family than I have in years. And that was not any part of me making an effort. I have not reached out, texted, called anyone. And yes, I need to change that. But it's like things just happened. Hey, one person has an event in Florida, reaches out to meet up. Another person has an event in Florida, let's meet up. Christmas Eve, I'm finally not working after a couple years. I'm right there with the family. So it's just crazy. I keep telling God I want to be around more like-minded people and really like find a firm Christ-loving community. And I've watched him just slowly remove people from my life or place healthy boundaries. I haven't had to have any tough conversations. I haven't had to proactively get out there, which I will, but I haven't done any of that yet. And I've already seen so much change. Trust God, he is working. When I changed my prayers and made them God-centered and said, God, I pray for this person. I want them to find you. I'm going to continue to pray for them and I'm going to continue to be a light. However, you are going to convict them. I'm going to let you do what you do best on your time, your way. And I will be obedient in the meantime. I will embody the fruits of the Spirit. I will try my best to live like Jesus. Between that and what God can do, I've seen a lot of movement. So I just hope this encourages you guys. If you've never given Jesus a chance, this might be your time. It is as simple as letting go, saying, I trust you. But we want to do things our way and expect God-like results. And that does not work. If you want God-like results, you got to let him do it his way and step back. I just want you guys to know I've seen so much change that I didn't know was possible until I really just let go and gave it to God. So if you have any questions on anything, please feel free to leave it in the comments. Let me know what other videos you would like to see from me, and Happy New Year. I will see you in my next video. Bye.